a starman waiting in the sky. Hey there, thanks for clicking on this video. You know, the month of January not only marks the birthday of David Bowie, but also the anniversary of the passing of this iconic and brilliant artist. In honor of David Bowie, I wanted to make an ukulele lesson and play along jam video for his song Starman, originally featured on the album Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Everything you need to follow along with this jam session is going to be right here in this video, but if you'd like to get a printable PDF song sheet and also an audio jam track for you to enjoy, you can perform and play along with it, and there's a whole lot of extra content waiting for you at my Patreon page, including extra lessons on the rhythms, chords, and riffs for this very song, Starman. Check the links below to join as a member of Ukulele Zen's Patreon page. Thank you so much for your support. This is one of my favorite tunes by one of my favorite artists, so let's get into it right now. First, let me know in the comment section below what's your favorite David Bowie song. I have mine, I'm sure you have yours. I would love to know what yours is so I can make a future lesson that you really want to tune into. Let me know right now in a comment what's your favorite David Bowie song. Welcome to the Play Along Jam. Today I am joined by one of the Spiders from Mars, Sarah Carlisle.
Hello.
Up on the upright bass, who's going to hold down the low end. Please get your ukulele and play along. Everything you need to follow along will be right here in the video. After the jam, I'm going to briefly go over the chords used, some basics of the strum. There are timestamps in the video description below so you can bounce back and forth between the different sections of this video. All right, let's jam. Grab your uke and join in. We're going to start with the introduction. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I time it was, the lights were low. I leaned back on my radio. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll, a lot of soul, he said. Then the loud sound that seemed to fade came back like a slow voice on a wave of fade. That wasn't no DJ, that was hazy cosmic jive. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie. I had to phone someone, so I picked on you. Hey, that's far out, so you heard him too. Picked up the TV, we may pick him up on channel 2. Look out your window, I can see his light. If we can sparkle, he may learn tonight. Don't tell your papa, he'll get us locked up in a fight. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our mind. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He told us not to blow it, cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie. Starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our mind. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He told us not to blow it, cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, right, let's sing. La, 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 Starman by Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Thank you, Sarah.
My pleasure.
Isn't she great? Let's go over the chords. Now, there are 14 chords in this song, but please don't let that scare you or make you think you're not ready to learn this. Many of the chords are very similar to other chords, and we're going to go over them right now. The first two chords make up the introduction. B flat major 7. It's got an open A string. Gorgeous chord. The next chord is also in the introduction, a gorgeous and easy to play jazz chord. F major 7. As always, I encourage you to listen deeply to the sound. Treat it like it's a singing bowl. Let the sound return you to the present moment because you're listening deeply and relaxing into the sound. The verse begins with the G minor chord. Place these two fingers here for the good old F major chord. Next chord, C major, everyone's favorite chord. After that, we move to C7. And sometimes I like to play this with two fingers by placing my ring finger here. Again, tuning into the present moment, listening deeply. The next two chords are the same shape, just moved to two different frets. A flat. Now, the way I recommend you approaching this is to place the first finger here, but don't squeeze yet, just rest on the strings lightly, then move this middle finger there to the 4th fret, 2nd string, ring fingers at the 5th fret, 4th string, now squeeze, and then you release. Pay attention to the moments where you are doing nothing. After that, you move up to B flat, move the A flat major shape up 2 frets, so you're barring at the 5th fret. Release the tension and relax. The next two chords are A major and then G add 9. G add 9 is a lot like G major, but I'm lifting up that middle finger so there's an open string. Did you notice what happened with my first finger? Notice what's happening with your first finger. It stays on the same string, slides up a fret, and there we go. You hear these two chords right here in the song. There's a starman. Next chord, D minor. Drop the ring finger, add it to your F major chord to make D minor. Next chord, A minor. Lift up the two fingers and leave the middle finger down. Good old A minor. G major. You see? It's two different chords officially, G add 9, G major, but they're so very similar. And now, B flat minor. I know that's a whole lot of chords and we covered them very quickly, so please take your time, make friends with the chords. And one final chord you should know is the X chord. The X chord means you're just muffling the strings. And if you can't make a chord on time, just go to the X chord. You're still playing rhythm without adding any incorrect harmonies. Now I'd like to outline some details of what's happening with the strumming hand. We'll go over this just quickly. Keep in mind, we do a lot more depth in the extra content on Patreon. So what are this other stuff I'm doing? I'm going flick, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down. Yes, I'm keeping a steady 16th note rhythm, but some of the strokes I'm making are softer than others. I'm beginning with the flick. 1, E, and up, 2, E, and up, 3, E, and up, 4, E, and. So pay attention to what I'm doing and notice how when you say it, your voice is commanding the hand. It's kind of magic. Check it out. 1, and 2, and up, and check. You may want to slow this down. I always do that whenever I'm learning something new. 1, E, and 2, E, and up, E, and up, 4, E, and up. Make Make sure you can do it controlled, but not tight, relaxed. And control comes from the brain receiving the commands back through the portal of the senses. The more you do this, the more the circuitry gets stronger and more connected.